Hello friends, I'm Warren for the win, and it's finally happening. I wanted this to happen like 5 days ago, but it's okay. My processor finally came in the mail, and I will finally be building my computer, and I'm going to log the whole thing right here on the YouTubes for you. So yeah, let's get started. If Kyle will come around this way. So I've got a 4X 8060, I've got an AMD Athlon 4-core 860K as my processor. Not the world's best thing, but it's pretty cheap for what it is, in my opinion. I've got 2 sticks of HyperX Fury RAM that I'll be using. Each of them is 8 gigabytes, so for a grand total of 16 gigs.
Oh, compare that to my new shoes.
Same color scheme as his new shoes. Also nice orange.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have an MSI A68HM E33V2 motherboard. And yes, I know that that's not the part of the name, but whatever. I'll move that over there. I've actually already opened all this stuff. And then this is a terabyte WD Blue hard drive. So I'm just gonna get started. So a lot of the parts I'm gonna be using are actually kind of recycled from old things. I've never installed an FM2 Plus processor before, so that's kind of new to me. I've actually only ever installed an AM2 processor. Let's re-unbox this here. So there's the heatsink. Here is the processor itself. It's got an Athlon sticker for me there. That's nice. And then yeah, here's the heatsink. The little gold. So what you do is you line up the gold arrow with the corner with a little engraved arrow. Some motherboards actually have it colored. And then you just set it in there. Make sure it's not going anywhere.
Push the lever.
Yep. Push the lever down. Oops. And snap it in there. So I'm gonna need the camera's macro feature to read this writing, because that's how frigging small it is. You got it? Okay. So I'm gonna install the heatsink now, and what side should I put the wire on? Over here, so it goes back, or should I install it this way, so the wire comes back right here?
I'd say that way's better.
Because either way, the wire still has to go there. This way?
Because there's more space to pull that up if you need to.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Screw around with it.
Hopefully I won't. There, that goes there, and then you, whoops. I'm gonna try to get this on as straight as I possibly can. And then we'll push that closed. And that is the processor installed. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie this wire in kind of a loose knot here and bring it over to the pins to plug it in. That way it's not just sitting all over the place. Sorry, I blocked the pins from your view, but you know, you can see it now. Alright, so what I'm currently doing here, by the way, is I'm doing what's called a test build to make sure everything works before I build it into the case. So this is the power supply I'll be using. It's old, it's got duct tape residue on it, but it should work fine for our purposes.
Dave's is awesome.
Alright, so I'm gonna put in the 4-pin, get in there! Put in the 4-pin motherboard connector here. Come on, you dingleberry. Yeah, that should.
I promise that wasn't because I'm bored.
You know what? We should install the RAM before we do this. And that is your job.
Yay!
So Kyle asked me earlier if he could install the RAM, and I said, sure, why not? You couldn't possibly destroy it.
So I'm going to install this, the HyperX Fury RAM. This.
Yep, and push down until it goes in. On both sides. It's better if you do it evenly, but it doesn't really matter. Make sure the motherboard's not bending when you press down though.
I just
No, you can't. You have to press, just push down on it. It's not going to break anything. It's designed for that. Keep going.
I'm afraid I'm gonna break it.
Press down, you're fine. Unless the board is bending, you are fine. If it doesn't work, it's all your fault. So now I'm gonna install the 24-pin connector. Oh god, that's bending the board. Let me get a hand under here so I can.
12 pins on each side?
Yes. It's very tight, actually.
Those are just like LiPo connectors.
Stabbing my fingers with the inputs on the back of the board. Alright, so I'm gonna plug in my hard drive. It has an AMD copy of Ubuntu installed on it. So that's all there is to that. It's connected to the motherboard now. I'm gonna set that down right there. And I need to just give it power. So now all I need is the case fan, because for some reason most motherboards like this don't run without the case fan, and the power button. Now we can test her out. Alright, so this is the final plug. We plug it in and see if it works. Hopefully it doesn't turn on by itself. They do that sometimes. So I'm gonna plug it in down here under the table.
Where's the power button?
The power button, I'm gonna come around the front here. If you want, can you stand like behind me and get this way so you can see the screen as well? Ready? Moment of truth.
Hey.
Ready? Jesus. That was my fan, don't worry, it was nothing bad. Nothing. There's nothing on screen. If it doesn't work, it's all your fault.
This is very awkward.
I wonder if it's because we're using VGA instead of HDMI. Did it just speed up? We'll have to try HDMI. Did a BIOS screen even show up?
No.
I don't even have any other DDR3 RAM to test if the RAM is compatible or not. Let me look at the motherboard instructions here.
Use this one. Doink, 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 doink.
Well, that power supply is less than this one. So if it's that, it wouldn't change anything.
Not Dad's computer.
His came with that one. You should just like go downstairs and be like, hey, can you turn off your computer so I can steal your power supply?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Hey Dad, are you using your computer? I need to steal your power supply. Cause it doesn't boot. Oh, it's on.
Is it okay if I grab a Sprite?
What?
Is it okay if I grab a Sprite?
Why are you still recording? Alright, I unplugged everything that's not necessary. I switched the fan as well in case it was the fan's LEDs, because that fan does have LEDs on it, and it might have been like overdrawing more than was necessary.
Yeah.
Truth. That's on. Nice step.
Shut up.
So, now we wait. That's not a good sound. Alright, if I hold it like this, it doesn't do it. Did the screen turn on?
I don't know.
Did it turn on?
No.
Okay. Alright, so as you can see, it's working now. If you'll come over and show that's on the screen. If you can't read that, which you probably can't because it's a crappy camera, it says CPU or memory change. Excuse me, with 3 exclamation points. Please enter setup to configure your system. F1 to run setup, F2 to load default values and continue. I kind of want to press F2 and just load the default values, but I know I'll probably regret it. Overclocking, not going to do that. I don't know how to configure an MSI BIOS. I've only ever used the crappy old HP motherboards.
Military?
Yeah, it's military grade. Try Ubuntu without installing. Let's do that. So let's see if it boots. And this is off of this flash drive for the record. And yeah, it boots. So, in theory, we should be able to plug in the hard drive now and have it boot up in actual Ubuntu. Oh, not bad. Alright. Sweet. Alright, so now we know it works. Now it's time to take it all back apart and build it into the case. We'll let the camera charge first, though. What time is it? Oh, it's only going on 4. See, this is why it would... Stop. It can't sit open on a table like this. We need to build it into a case. But first, I need to clear out a case that I can build it in. So, we're going to build it in this old HP Pavilion case from, I think, like 2009. Because it looks nice and it's got good ventilation. So now I'm going to take the motherboard out. I got to undo all the screws. Okay, I have nowhere to put this.
Just put it over there.
I'm not putting it on the well, I guess I could put it on top of this part of the case. And then once we get my computer into this case, we'll put that into the case over there on the floor. So will I be able to get this in without having to unplug the power supply? Probably. Okay.
Where does the power supply sit?
Power supply sits right up here. Is I'm going to put in the disk drive. The nice thing about that is it doesn't need any screws. Alright. So this just kind of goes in. It's probably the easiest part so far. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but what else, who cares?
This is much better than Linus Tech Tips.
It is? Oh God. I don't want to start that conversation. So it actually works without a case fan. This legitimately doesn't fit. This standoff is in the wrong place.
Can you not have that screw, just that screw in?
I mean, I guess, doesn't really need to be there, but it does give support to those buttons and stuff for when I plug stuff in and whatnot. I guess I'll just have to be careful when I plug that in. But yeah, alright. And, the best way to store computer parts is face down on the couch. Only true experts do it that way. Wait, hold on. Sit down. Sit your tushy down. I'm not done yet. This will be such a pain to edit. Alright. Alright, ready? You can do the honors.
Oh my God, it started up.
Alright. Moment of truth, guys.
Started it up.
Okay, screen started. And it's doing a thing! Yay! MSI! Hooray!
MSI does a thing.
And this is booting Ubuntu. Sweet!
Good.
So I won't have to do a reinstall. Well, thanks for watching and joining us on this journey. That is just about it for now. Let us know whether or not you like this video, and if you want to be a moron as well, plop your cursor down on that big red button yelling at you to subscribe, and we'll see you when we see you. Also, if you want to check out Micromoron's channel, go ahead and plop your cursor down on his big red button yelling at you to subscribe.
On my face as well.
On his face to take you to his channel. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Do you want to do your outro?
That's just about it for now. I'm Micromoron, and I'll see ya.